Hello, friends of the internet, and welcome to General Nerdcast episode number 58, right?
Hacha, yeah.
Okay. So today is Wednesday.
Yeah.
Well, you're listening on Wednesday. It's technically Sunday for us, whatever. It's gonna be our open discussion episode.
Yeah.
We did a review episode last week. We're just gonna discuss things and talk about. Today we're gonna talk to you about controllers over the years.
Yeah.
Which is why we have all these controllers in front of us. But we're gonna start with some questions that were sent in from Jeremy. He wants to know, why are pictures square, but camera lenses are circles?
Because fuck people wanting to understand things.
Because wizardry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
the exact thing. That's
If
technology.
you have
for
like a real answer, feel free to write in, comment, whatever. He would also like to know, people have seeing eye dogs, right?
Oh yeah,
Because blind people need seeing eye dogs.
Seen
Who
dog
cleans
eyes.
up their poop?
Who
Yeah,
cleans up
right?
seeing eye dogs poop? Well,
Right.
maybe they're trained to eat it.
Gross. I don't like that. That's a bad answer.
That's a bad answer.
Also, he wants to know if Adam and Eve had belly buttons.
What?
Well, because they were supposed to be like the first people,
Yeah.
and then they created all of us,
Yeah.
like by a sexton.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So
I get
they
where the
wouldn't need a
question's
belly button
going, yeah.
because they didn't have an umbilical cord because they were just created.
So, we're all aliens, is what you're saying?
Sure.
Okay, we're aliens.
Those are Jeremy's questions. If you have any answers for those, feel free to write us, and we'll go over them next time, I guess, or something.
Now I'm interested on the seeing eye dog one.
Yeah.
But I feel like it'd still be possible for the owner to clean it up, but it's just trained to where the dog has to lead them to it or whatnot.
Maybe.
And then
Yeah. He's got like a command or something that he
Yeah.
does, and it tells the guy, "Hey, I pooped."
so
I don't know.
just a thought.
Those are just some questions Jeremy had, and if you have any answers for them, feel free to write in. Also, I want to hear your thoughts on those questions. What do you think the answers to them are? Even if you don't even know.
Yeah.
I want to know. I want to know, what you think that we should know. You
Yeah.
know? Anyway,
Do it.
let's talk about controllers.
Okay.
You were going to point the gun at him.
I was gonna do it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, you can still do it.
I'll
I'm not
wait.
gonna stop you.
I'll wait. It's too late now.
Oh, okay.
I ruined it.
The moment's passed.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're going to talk to you about controllers. I obviously don't have every controller ever made, but I think I got a pretty solid collection here, and I think we're going to talk about them.
Mm-hmm.
Out of all the ones we have here, right now,
Yeah.
which one's your favorite?
Which one's my favorite?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a tough decision. Because if I'm going with feel, it'd probably be one of the newer ones. I hate to say it, but it just would be one of the newer ones. Probably.
No, I agree.
Yeah, just because it's
Careful,
it fits
it's on.
comfortably.
I accidentally turned it on.
Yeah, I see the light.
Yeah.
I'm half tempted to touch stuff, but I also don't want to.
What game was I playing?
I have no idea. Wasn't Crash, was it?
Could be Crash, Fortnite, or Everybody's Gone to the Rapture.
Hmm.
One of those three.
But I do actually. I remember this more than Game Boy Color, but oh jeez, this seems so small now.
Right? The little baby screen.
Yeah.
Just A, B button.
Yeah.
Just two buttons, that's it.
The Game Boy Advance. I remember playing this a lot more than anything.
This is a special edition Arctic White one.
Mm-hmm.
I have two of them.
You have two.
Two of the same colors, yeah.
I don't have any like old ones. I have a Game Boy Advance at my house that I rebought like 5 or 6 years ago.
Nice.
And I don't think I've really played it much, but yeah. But yeah, I would probably go with that for in old times. I really did like the Dreamcast for as little time as I
Did you
got
really?
with it. Yeah. Well, controller feel.
I did not like that one.
Okay, for the feel of the controller, yeah, it's off. It's
It just like it feels like you're holding it like this.
yeah, your hands
Like
are
your
spread.
wrists are bending into each other.
Yeah. I feel like I had like a different controller when I had this, but the start button's huge too.
Yeah.
I like the Dreamcast more than I like the controller, I guess, is where my mind went. Is like, I
agree.
remember playing the
agree.
Dreamcast so much. Well, so much as little as I had it.
Yeah. For as little as anybody had one.
Yeah. But yeah, I like the more modern controllers are more comfortable. Like they fit to your hand better.
I agree. Yeah. Now, do you like Xbox One or PlayStation 4 controller better?
I think, I don't know, it changes up. Probably PlayStation 4 just because it's smaller and the
Good man.
handles fit in my hand better. The Xbox One's still bigger, but I feel like the bumpers are a little more difficult on the Xbox One for some reason. Like
I can see that because they're kind of like bumped out
Yeah,
instead of like being flat with each other.
yeah, it's a little offset.
Fair enough.
But I can still play it just as fine as I can play the PlayStation. Although I don't have as many games, just because I've
True.
been getting more PlayStation stuff. How about you? What's your favorite one? GameCube?
GameCube. Just the way that it fits in your hand, the way that it feels, how everything is so easily accessible all the way around. It's just
Yeah, the Z button isn't in some weird place anymore.
64. Yeah, it's just right there. And you have the C stick, you can flick around instead of C buttons. The A button is huge, is one used the most anyway.
Yeah,
And then they're all like right here.
yeah.
I just really like my favorite controller of all time is still the GameCube controller, which I don't think is a popular opinion. I don't know, but yeah, that's the one I love. That's the one that I love.
I do remember spending a lot of time on this. It seems bigger, but everything seemed like it seems bigger than it used to when I was younger. Which is
Maybe. I don't know.
kind of the
Because
opposite.
maybe your hands got bigger.
But then when did it feel smaller? Like for some reason it feels bigger right now.
I don't know. But this guy is always a classic. But like holding it like this and playing like I'm holding a regular NES controller in case for the people that aren't actually watching us. Just holding this and playing with it, I totally understand how come everybody in like our generation has carpal tunnel
Oh yeah.
because it's just so not good. like
Yeah.
Like I would use this controller for hours. I don't think I could do that anymore.
It'd be tough thinking about it. I'm just gonna sit here and press buttons.
But yeah, I mean, my favorite old controller was the NES controller for sure.
Yeah.
Sega, the Genesis, I didn't like it because it feels like a boomerang. And again, it's doing that thing where I feel like my wrists are bending into each other.
Doesn't sit well in your hand for like
Yeah.
constant holding. You have to.
Yeah, you kind of have to like adjust yourself to make it. Oh shit! I'm pushing buttons on this. Adjust your hands and yourself to like use it comfortably instead of just being like setting it in your hand and just like.
Yeah.
So I never really liked the Genesis controller very much, but I played the shit out of Sega Genesis.
I know I played it. I can't think of how much. Pretty sure that was one of the first consoles I actually got the chance to play.
Nice. It's a good start.
Yeah.
Sega Channel was the shit. What is your least favorite one that we have in front of us?
Least favorite one? It's hit.
tough.
It's hit and miss. If this had the wheel with it, I would say that was my least favorite one because it's such a pain to use the wheel with that.
The Wii wheel?
Yeah, the
for like
Wii
Mario
wheel.
Kart? Yeah.
Yeah. Least favorite. That is difficult. I almost want to say N64 just because you have to choose one or the other. There's no perfect position with
And there's
holding
no
it.
way to reach all of the buttons.
Yeah.
And by holding it with just one hand or like two hands.
Yeah, it's the one controller where it's not. You have to choose a play style.
I appreciate
which
how
one
long
you
the
prefer.
cord is, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would definitely go with the N64. Mostly because of what you said. The buttons. You can't like right now. I can't even touch the L button, the L
Yeah.
shoulder button. While I have it in my hand and I have the joystick in one hand and obviously the A, B, and C buttons on the other hand.
yeah.
But if you hold it like this,
You
the
have
Z
access
button,
to
like you have to like
Yeah,
you have to like reach with like a ring finger or middle finger to get to it. And who the hell uses D-pads anymore? You know what I mean?
I used to like it on certain games.
I like it in fighting games because you can be more precise of like your
Yeah.
movements. But like,
And I think combos are easier.
yeah,
Like if they did a certain pattern to it.
yeah, And another really, really big downside of the N64 controller was the joystick
Yeah,
and how they all
got all loose
fucked
and
up.
Yeah,
You played Mario Party for like 3 nights and you didn't have a fucking joystick anymore. You had to like hold it in place when you were playing it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would just start coasting in places.
yeah. The joystick did have the benefit of the way you could roll it around. That was the one thing that it was good in that sense, but that also was why it broke, why it would get all flimsy.
Yeah.
So it worked great, but it also failed.
Yeah, it was one of those things where it was like I don't know, like I love to hate it and I hate to love it.
Yeah.
Like that's how I feel. It's
a
maybe
tough
it's because
one to
I played so much N64 growing up that there's a reason I like it, but I fucking hate it.
Yeah. It's tough to say that you hate it because you want to keep playing it.
The worst feeling controller out of all of these for me is by far the Dreamcast.
Yeah,
I could not
holding it.
stand holding this thing in my hands.
Reholding it was a little strange, I won't lie.
Yeah. And like you said, my big thing is the way I love it because I loved the Dreamcast.
Yeah, I think that's why I initially
fucking
went there.
hate this thing in my hands. Like you have the way that where the shoulder buttons are, the R and L buttons.
Yeah.
Like to be able to push L, you have to
You have to have your hands.
Yeah, you're and barely
pushed to
touching the
bottom.
thumbstick. Yeah, and then these buttons feel really spaced apart for some reason. I mean, I'm sure that they're not any worse than the, like PS4 or Xbox. But they just feel, and I think it's just the way that the controller sits in your hand.
Looks like it's compact, and the X and B button are pushed to the side.
Yeah, it looks like instead of making it equal parts all the way around, they just fucking made a diamond and pushed the X and B buttons across from each other.
Yeah.
And just totally fucked everything up.
Yeah.
But
the one thing I think that bugged me about it is, why the hell do you have the cord coming out the back of it when you're holding it?
There's that too. The cord,
I think that bugged me a little bit because
is the fucking worst.
Because you're used to doing like this. Now you're kind of like holding it like this, so you're not yanking your controller out because
you lose a solid
6
inches just from the controller itself.
And I know they made the little slot there so it hooks in, but still, like you said, that's a good amount of wire you're not using.
Yeah, just because the way they have the controller.
Yeah.
And the only thing I can think is that they wanted to use the little memory card, whatever the fuck these things are called.
Yeah. I don't remember what they're called, but
it's like the M something U or something. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
But they wanted to make it so that you could use it as a screen while you were playing.
Yeah.
So you could watch it.
And that was decent concept.
And I did like the fact that it had the memory card thing had its own like little mini games in it that you could play when you were fucking not around your Dreamcast.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool. But the Dreamcast overall was a great machine.
Yeah, it didn't last as long as it should have, and I think we've both said that before.
But the controller sucks.
Yeah. That may have been the biggest reason why it couldn't last. Because they would have to completely reshape.
Could you imagine what Sega would have come up with next? Because, I mean, like, you hold the Genesis one, and your wrists are kind of barely bending into each other, and you hold that one, and your wrists are, like, smashing into each other, like, just the way it feels. They probably just have, like, a circle. Like, it's a circle, and you have to, like, spin it around to fucking use it. Sega's controller design was...
hit the buttons while you continue to spin it.
Sega's controller design was their downfall, I think.
Yeah.
But... arcade sticks are cool.
Yeah, I do appreciate that feel. I mean, we played The Simpsons recently.
Yeah.
And
Simpsons arcade game. Oh, I dropped it.
Oh,
I hit my ankle. It hurt a lot.
That's bad.
Fuck! These things are heavy.
Yeah. Being able to have a joystick and press buttons is probably one of the really comforting feel.
It is. Like, just the way that it sits in your hand, to just be like, you can just rotate this around so easy.
Yeah.
I guess this one is super modded. Like, it has, like, super high-end parts in it, because I was really, really into Marvel vs. Capcom for a while, and I was like, I'm gonna be the best Marvel vs. Capcom player ever! And it just never panned out, because I was never good at it.
Oh.
But I spent, like, $300 overall on the whole thing itself.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, the arcade sticks just feel right. Like, they just sit, like, you can just set them down, you don't, like, they just feel good.
Yeah. You're not adding...
And then, like, the clicks in the joystick, you're like, oh.
Yeah, the clicking is
that's
probably
so satisfying.
It is kind of nice. I don't know why. Normally clicking gets super annoying, but the clicks of the buttons
Yeah.
are just satisfying. Like if we had
These
it hooked up,
ones don't click because
yeah.
they react faster that way. I think the original ones that were in the controller clicked though.
I never had an experience
With
playing
the joystick.
Wii U thing. But
Also, not a good controller.
no.
No, because it's so flat. It's kind of what I have the biggest issue with the Switch too is just how flat it is and how flat it feels. If they just curved it just a little bit on the outsides.
Well, I will say.
Stop yawning, man.
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
Drink more Monster.
Oh, I should. Oh, this is why they went with that layout. Now I get it. So it was before. I was gonna complain about the button layout for the Switch and having to switch between the Switch and PlayStation and Xbox and whatnot.
I want to complain about all the buttons. Why can't we just have a fucking
standards.
universal button layout?
Yep, that would be nice. That would be really nice.
But the A and B are switched on from Nintendo to Xbox. The X and Y are also switched from Xbox to.
That okay. This is Xbox layout. This
Yeah.
one would be A. This one B. X,
A would
Y.
A is on Xbox is
And
at the
then-
bottom, and then B would be to the right. X is up to the left, and Y is the very top.
Yeah.
And on
And
Nintendo,
they kind of turned it and then they flipped it.
Yeah.
So A is on the right, B is on the bottom, X is on the top, and Y is on your left.
yeah. So it's just really fucking confusing.
Yeah. And not only that, they at least for Nintendo for the Switch. Bye. They changed how the buttons work. Like my B button will be how I get Link to run. The A button is the accept, but it's on the right side, so I keep having to press the right. And then like everything feels so ass backward when I was like, all right, press the A button to accept, or press and you think that's normal in your head, so you go to press the one, you exit the menu or exit the conversation.
Because A is always at the bottom.
Yeah, it's just they could have. I wouldn't have minded if they changed that stuff.
It
Although
all started with a fucking Super Nintendo. BAYX.
I guess that has been their layout for the longest time. But
It all started with this piece of shit. Actually, I really love this controller. I like this a lot. Super Nintendo controllers were great.
man, I really wish that like everybody would just get together. All right,
Yeah,
we'll get a standard layout.
Can we all just agree? And okay, so
The only ones
to really fuck with you.
Yeah.
PlayStation was just like, we're just gonna use shapes. X, circle, square, triangle. You motherfuckers.
You could almost do that if everybody will switch to numbers. Like, all right, we'll go on a number format, and they'll still leave the buttons
they'll
screwed
still
up.
fuck it up. Yeah. Fucking. I just wish we had a universal button layout so that
Yeah.
it wasn't as confusing to go from Nintendo to Xbox.
Yeah, it makes switching games easier and whatnot. Obviously,
Switching consoles,
yeah. And possibly games too, but then again, that also depends on the game developer there. It's like,
Yeah.
well, no, we want to make sure. There's so many different things to it, because some people want inverted and whatnot.
Yeah, then there's the inverted and not inverted setups that people do.
Yeah. Okay, how big a fan were you with this motion setup, or however you like to hold it, I guess?
I think I had the Wii controller. I had the Wiimote in the right hand, and I had the
that's how
movement and the Z buttons. And the fucking Nintendo, really? C?
I mean, they have C.
Yeah, I know, but C?
Nobody uses. Nobody uses C. They had
Yeah.
to claim it.
Just really fuck with people. Add another letter. But yeah, I always had the Wii remote in the right hand, and then I had the actual nunchuck, is what this thing's called. The nunchuck in my left hand.
Yeah,
way
I'm pretty
I
sure
always
that's how I
used it.
played too.
Yeah.
Just because it was easier to
Yeah.
do like the motion controls with my right, because that's my dominant hand.
Because you jerk off with that hand.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Sometimes, maybe. But yeah,
Batteries in it. Does it work?
I think it probably does.
No, batteries are dead.
Okay. I think I hated that part. I had no problem with the nunchuck.
The nunchuck was fine.
Yeah, it was 3 things.
Yeah.
And two of them were in the same spot, so it made it super easy.
Yeah.
This one is because of the 1 and 2 button, and then you had your D-pad up here and the trigger way up here. Like
the B was your trigger. And you had a D-pad, and then the 1 and 2s. Yeah, the fuck what 1 and 2 buttons? What?
Yeah,
Why?
It was so weirdly set up. I had no problem playing it. Like, it was supposed to be more motion controlled and whatnot, and your trigger, but the fact that sometimes you did have to use those buttons, so you're holding it strange, or you're trying to hit the right button with or you're accidentally hitting it with your palm.
Yeah. I wasn't a big fan of the Wiimotes either. Especially because when you held them sideways, they were so small. I guess it's the same thing with the Joy-Cons, though. Like,
yeah, no, I haven't tried the sideways holding one. No, actually, I have. I guess when we played 1-2 Switch with Jeremy.
Yeah.
I'm holding it wrong, just right off the bat. Yeah, that.
And see, that's another
feel
thing. Like,
great.
Your movement stuff is on the right, and your buttons are on the left.
Yeah. Or wait, no, I was holding it right.
Yeah. That looks right.
Yeah. I don't know,
but
this.
Yeah, like how small they are is shitty.
They're making
because I have big hands.
They're trying to make motion, but they're also trying to make it a lot more complicated than it needs to be.
Yeah.
It's like, hold it sideways, hold it backwards, throw it in the air and juggle it.
Juggle 2 Joy-Cons at once. That'd be a good way to break everything. Yeah, and then there's the 3DS, which again is like too flat.
I guess that is their button layout. That bugs me that I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it's always been their button layout, I think. Just shout out to Nintendo 3DS fucking batteries. I haven't turned this thing on in 2 years, and it's still full fucking battery.
That's pretty good.
It's impressive.
Does it have the right date on it?
Playing Pokemon Y? No, it doesn't. No. Okay. Apparently I've taken 3 steps with it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm kicking ass. But I did... This was way more comfortable than... I didn't bring out the Vita. Oh, I'll be right back.
Okay.
There was one I was missing.
Yeah. So... Whoa! He's tripping. Are you alive?
Yeah, I'm okay.
That's good. Yeah. Nintendo controller layouts have been iffy. I'm not gonna lie. I love playing the games. I love playing the games, but the controller layouts haven't been the best.
Right back.
Especially just because of how much all the controls have had to switch from generation to generation, or during that generation of play, switching from console to another console. Like,
yeah.
It made it so complicated to get to this type of controller to a standard type of controller.
Yeah, and like, I don't know, like what I was saying with the 3DS, is I did like the way this feels. Again, it sound is too loud. Where's the sound thing on this thing? Again, it's like one of those things where you're talking about the button layout is fucking broken, but it's one of those things that I feel like if they just made it like half an inch bigger on both sides and like curved it a little bit, it would sit more comfortably. Because I don't like how flat everything is in Nintendo. Like,
yeah,
they're all so flat. I would just wish that they would give it a little curvature so I can like rest easier.
That's just because they're going portable. Like they want to be the portable gaming
and I have
everything.
I have the same issue with the Vita, except for the Vita, like in here, like you can feel them. On the back of the Vita, where you rest your fingers, it actually like curves in a little bit. So it feels better than like a 3DS or like Nintendo controllers were, and it rests better in your hand, I feel.
Yeah.
I just don't like how flat Nintendo is. Everything's so flat. Just give me some curves, baby. I need some curves in my life.
How do you feel that everything's starting to move away from like the start and select buttons?
It hurts.
It hurts.
It hurts my my nostalgia.
Yeah.
Like what options and share.
Options.
What
share.
What is Xbox?
Xbox is.
PlayStation's
like,
options and share.
Xbox is like menu and something else. I can't remember what it is.
I'm looking up real quick. So I'm curious.
No, Switch is just plus and minus, and then you
plus
have
minus, and then like
a home, and then a share button also. Yeah. What else? Phone is.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on what you play, I got back and multi thing. Whatever.
Yeah, like back and like menu or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. I know we just kind of stated we want everybody to change their button layout. so it's all universal. But I also hate the fact that they're getting rid of certain buttons. But I also I can't make a solid decision on what I want for controllers.
Yeah, I don't.
Only thing I
they
can
don't have
state
words on them, so I don't know.
Is that I'd like if they all just sat comfortably in your hand, because I won't lie, when playing in the handheld mode for the Switch, my hands start, like, my pinky finger and my ring finger start to fall asleep just because I'm
it's
holding,
so flat.
Yeah, it's flat, and I'm holding it so I can press everything comfortably, move around, aim, all sorts of stuff. And I guess I'm probably gripping too hard, but like half my hand starts going numb. I'm like, oh, this feels weird. I don't know if I'm holding it well enough or whatnot. I might drop it.
I feel like that's been a problem for everybody. It's just too flat.
Yeah,
it doesn't work the way it, like.
I did play on the controller setup where you pop these off and pop it on the.
Where it's like a Dreamcast controller.
Yeah, kind of. And it wasn't
Except
that bad.
It's like wider out.
Yeah,
so.
It wasn't that bad. They kind of had the same like backing, but it's a little more rounded.
Yeah, and it's like it widens at the bottom instead of closes in on itself.
That felt okay. I'm okay with that, but still the button layout gets me every time. I still press back when I'm trying to press yes or hold or something like that.
Yeah, so. It was just like, for the longest time, in like the PS1 era, triangle was get back a menu or back out of the menu.
Yeah.
And then it just switched to circle. And I think it was always a circle in Japan.
Yeah.
And then when they brought JRPGs over, everybody kind of just went with the circle. They were like, oh, okay, it's circle. But it was always triangle. And then they switched it, and like it took me so long to fucking break that habit.
Yeah.
And I think there was a game where circle was select and X was back out or something, like that was reversed. Like I don't remember, but
it probably was. I bet there's an option. I'm sure I could find it, but it's not the default. Like the default for every game is always different.
For sure.
I'm sure there's an option where I can switch it to where B would be the yes button, and it would swap everything to be more of the standard. But I don't know. I guess I'm being a baby right now. I'm complaining.
Gamers are babies.
Yeah, I'm complaining that.
So
their initial setup isn't what the initial setup is.
Okay.
What the initial setup for other games was.
Yeah.
Like, for positioning.
Yeah, I don't know. Controllers are weird, man.
Yeah.
What if we had, like, alright, what if we just had a universal controller that could plug into every system?
I'd be perfectly fine with that. Oh, I'd be perfectly fine with that to a point. Just because in every game you plug it in, would you have to adjust, like, just how I have to adjust the Switch, would you have to adjust to which button you press for go? Like...
Oh, yeah, because if it was backwards in the system, like Nintendo's backwards then from, like, Xbox.
Yeah, instead of pressing the X button, you would have to press the B button to go.
What if, hear me out, it would add a solid 20 minutes to your gameplay. What if when you started a game, you selected the button layout, how you wanted it. So, like, you would start, and then it would be like, all right, push the button you want to select, and you push X, or A, or whatever you want it to be, you know?
Decline,
every game loaded
setup. Yeah,
into a controller setup when you first loaded it up.
I think I'd be okay with that.
I think I'd be okay with it, too, because, I mean, it would add time before you got into the game, but it would also give it your feel and how you want the controller to be.
Yeah.
Careful.
I'm just not trying to drop stuff.
It just falls off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just feel like you would be able to choose how you wanted it.
Yeah, I think I'd be okay with that. As for how that would affect, like, competitive play, esports play, for people who, like, if the controllers were more prominent in it, how do you, like, do you think that their controllers would have to be checked all the time?
100%.
Yeah, okay.
It would have to be always double, triple checked, just to make sure that there's no mods in it or anything like that. But I mean, whatever.
Yeah, universal controller.
They should be doing that anyway.
Yeah, that plugs into everything. I think would be a plus, and it's becoming more possible because you're not getting mixed plugs. Like here's two. I'm just gonna maybe pull up. Come on.
The long end. Yeah. What the hell?
So
it's like you got
9-pin plug right here and this one's actually USB-ish.
It's a USB.
Yeah.
That's Xbox.
Oh, okay.
That's a 360.
Yeah. Or the 9-pin, the half-angled 7-pin, the...
Or let's see what I got.
You got
GameCube, which is like the weird, like, flat half-moon circle thing. And then PlayStation, or this is Super Nintendo. PlayStation is just a flat...
3...
It's got
spaced.
9 pins in it, but it's, like, spaced out 3 ways. And then there's the Super Nintendo, where it's
3...
flat, and but, like, it's got 4 and then a space and then 3 pins. And everything's moving to USB, so I don't see why we couldn't have a universal controller right now.
It's definitely becoming more possible with consoles and whatnot to where you can get it set up. So
I know this is
a company could develop it as long as they got the okay and every game was accepted. The possibility, like, all right, you're starting this game. This controller has a software or the software in it to let you program your button layout.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd be all about it.
Yeah.
As long as it wasn't shaped like an N64 controller. Because what the fuck?
That's exactly... No, they'll give it a fourth handle.
Yeah, I want to be a fly on the wall when somebody designed this motherfucker. And they thought, that's a great idea.
Give it 3 handles.
Give it 3 handles.
Space it out.
And... what the fuck?
It's just... It wasn't great.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
But
it was also like something also that was weird was like the DualShock 2s on PS2s.
Yeah.
They had the analog button where you could turn the analog sticks on and off instead of them just being on all the time. Like you had to like turn it on and to use them. So that was something that PlayStation 2 did awkward.
I wonder if that was just a complaint enough to where they decided to do it and they realized people hate that option.
I just want it on all the time.
Listen, if you hate pressing the analog button on accidents, you need to position your hand differently on the controller.
I just realized I don't have a PS3 controller either, but PS2 and PS3 are pretty much the same.
Yeah.
So the analog button. That's not there.
Yeah. I don't... Oh, yeah. One we didn't really show off because I kept forgetting about it.
The Nintendo Zapper. But I still don't even understand how this thing fucking works. And how in 1985 this was the thing.
Doing the bad gun owner thing, I actually looked down the barrel. And it looks like it uses mirrors and reflectors, so it kind of depends on... Like, it probably has a sensor...
Because every time you push the trigger when you're playing Duck Hunt, the screen flashes. And I wonder if that's where it, like... Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. That's probably how it works, is it sends
We had
an
these
image.
in 1985, and we still don't have something that we can... Or I guess now we do with VR and, like, Farpoint gun that comes with the PSVR.
Yeah.
Let's just say, but we still don't have anything we can use nowadays, but I guess that's not true anymore. But for a really long time, we didn't have something that was, like, plausible to use in a gun game.
Yeah.
Until, I guess, the Wii. The Wii had its fucking handgun thing.
Yeah, oh yeah, it did. Yeah. It did have the plug-in thing with that.
So Nintendo always bringing the guns out.
Yeah.
Literally. Model number NES 005. Made in Japan. Pew, 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 pew.
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang. Bang, 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 bang. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anyone that we didn't talk about?
Talked about the Genesis. We didn't talk about too much of the Game Boys.
Game Boy Color.
Those would be tough to play now just because they're so small.
Yeah. Like this is an awkward feeling in my head.
Yeah. But it's one of the simple layouts from the early days of you have a D-pad and you have A and B.
And the A and B button is still fucking backwards. Nintendo's always done it.
Yeah. They've always had the A on the right.
What the fuck?
I can't believe it took us this long to really realize that's been their permanent layout.
Maybe Xbox fucked it up then. Maybe Nintendo had it all right, and then Xbox came about and fucked everything up.
But Xbox is still going with the same positioning as PlayStation. Like, the A works the same as the X. The B works the same as the circle.
I guess you're right. So Nintendo is still stupid.
Yeah, they want to be on a different setup. I mean, still, Microsoft still could have came along and been like, no, I mean, we're going to match PlayStation because that other way is just dumb.
That's not good.
We're going to follow your
Hey, Nintendo.
your actual buttons of A, B, X, Y.
Hey, Nintendo. What?
Again, why not A, B, C, D, or whatever? I guess
Also, yeah, what the
X
fuck?
and Y sound cooler, I guess, but that's... I don't know. If somebody wants to explain button layouts to me for why the companies chose it, that would be
Yeah, that'd be
actually really interesting.
actually a very interesting
I would
concept.
kind of like to know that. What are your guys' opinion on the controllers, or what is there a controller here you guys liked more than any of these? Because I'm trying to think of any other ones that I might have played, but I mean, this is more than most controllers that I've actually touched, I think, aside from like arcade stuff.
Yeah. Got a lot of them. Got a lot of consoles.
Yeah.
One of these days I'll actually get them all set up and actually get more games for them.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to bring up on these.
No, I mean...
The turbo button.
Yeah, this one was a turbo button on it. I never used it, okay? Let it be known right now. I don't have time to, like, be doing this, especially in Marvel vs. Capcom, at fucking fast-paced that game is, like... I don't have time to be like... But, yeah. What's your favorite controller? Hit us up in the comments, or you can just,
email us at
generalnerdcast@gmail.com, or Twitter at generalnerdcast, or Facebook generalnerdcast. Yeah. Which one's your favorite? Which one was your least favorite that you ever used? I mean, I'm sure not everybody's used every single one.
Yeah.
But which one's your favorites? Which one's your least favorites?
What would you like to see controllers do?
Yeah, what do you want your controller to be like?
Would you like a personalized controller?
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they send you just a block of clay and you just fucking like mold it into a controller how it feels.
That'd be kind of cool.
Really fucking good idea.
You got your...
We should start that business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
tossing this podcast and we're starting a business. Yeah. What were we saying? What's yours? Your opinions.
Your fan opinions.
Fan opinions. Words are great. Anyway, this has been General Nerdcast controller review.
Yeah.
If you have any questions, comments, concerns, like I said, you can get a hold of us at generalnerdcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook at General Nerdcast or Twitter at General Nerdcast. We do have a Patreon page if you want to help us out and get more controllers, and Tyler's losing his mind with his pistol gun in his hand. Yeah, we have a Patreon page if you want to help us out and grow the show, do more stuff like this, just random Wednesday shows that we do. Next week we will be doing another review show with Casey. He'll be back. Yeah, if you want to help us out with that, you can do that.
Yeah.
And that would be great. If not, being here, watching, listening is plenty enough for us. We appreciate you. We love you.
Yeah.
You have anything you want to add to that?
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang!
No, yeah. Love to hear your opinions. Love to hear controller opinions, or if there's anything else you would like us to talk about.
Yeah, what kind of topics do you guys want us to talk about?
Yeah.
Let us know.
It's a completely open discussion. We're looking for new things, fun things to talk about, different opinions. If there's an opinion you guys want us to dive into, we can always try and do that. Bang, bang.
Shovel Knight, bitch.
Oh, wow. And, just let us know. We'd love to hear it.
For sure. If you listen to us in the morning, have a wonderful morning, great rest of your day. Listen to us in the afternoon, hope you had a great lunch, great morning, and I hope you finish your day strong. Listen to us in the evening, do it while you're having dessert, not dinner, because we can fill your sweet ears with sweet words, and you can fill your mouth with sweet treats. Listen to us right before you go to bed, hope you have great dreams, and a wonderful sleep resting situation.
Hand cannon.
This has been General Nerdcast.
Smooches.